The Browns are coming to Peru!
Get ready, everyone! He's coming!
Ah! Welcome to Peru.
Paddington, Peru is the third in the trilogy, and we come full circle. We wanted it to have a more epic feel, if you like, because we've been in London and we've loved London, but now he's gone on this adventure mystery journey back to his homeland, and it's a sort of an origin story as well.
Finally here, we're finally in Peru, or not.
In reality, we're in this fantastic place called Berrybush's Farm, which is West London. We've been able to take over this very lovely man Alan's farm for 3 or 4 months. This particular set is the dockside village in Peru.
So this is the dock in Peru.
I think this is likely the biggest set that I've worked on or in ever, but also in the case of Paddington, like everything is sort of dialed up to 11.
Yeah.
Got the most extras I've ever seen.
It's just beautiful and it's so clever and it's so colourful. And I mean, it's always been colourful in the shots they do in the UK, but they can go ham with this.
We'd worked hard on creating a sort of heightened London in the first 2 films, and the challenge for the third film is how do we bring that Paddington visual language and world to Peru?
I went to Peru with Kate, my supervisor, and we went to a very early morning market, and this is what it looked like.
We went to Peru. We sent teams out there to get a lot of props that you'll see in the market square in the middle over there. Went to quite a few dockside villages as well. We took inspiration from lots of them. And then Paddington vibed them, if that is such a word.
We bought hats off people. We asked ladies if they would sell us their skirts, and they thought we were mad.
Here we go! Guys, clear the set, please! Background action, and action!
Now, I can do my own sun cream, Mum.
Behind your ears.
Everyone, listen up. We are on the threshold of the actual Amazon, a place full of risk. So we're going to embrace that.
You know, the whole film really is such a testament to the imagination of the director, Dougal Wilson, who's really created this extraordinary world. It's a hymn to the imagination. Every little detail and moment is like this kind of inventive, imaginative, creative thing that's surprising and unusual and unlike anything you've ever seen before.
Your map is the key to finding El Dorado. You mean... Nice chips.
He's full of visual invention and imagination and flair, but also with wonderful humour and heart. We knew that if we could put Dougal's brilliant and creative imagination onto how to create a Paddingtonial world in Peru, then that would be just ideal.
He means the mythical lost city. Oh.
I play Captain Hunter Cabot, and I play also 5 of my ancestors that visit him because of a pathology that the whole entire family has been having for centuries now, about what gold in this particular case represents for this family and how that actually is unbelievably intoxicating to him. But the good thing is that there is a redemption, the opportunity of a redemption for the character thanks to his daughter.
Oh, what a handsome boat.
Hola! Gina is Hunter's daughter. She is a really strong woman. She's young, but she doesn't appear like it. She's amazing. She has really brings light in the set and in the action, and it will be, I think people will like her.
Ahoy there!
Anyone know how to tie a bowline?
I really like Antonio. Like, he has made all my stay here much better. Obviously, he's Spanish as I am, so it's really comfortable to have this kind of moral support that he is. He's amazing, he's super fun.
According to legend, the bear will show the way.
Right. And what bear would that be?
It's been sort of part of my life for the last 10 years, really. We did the first one in 2012 or 13. And so to revisit was a treat.
It's really nice to have grown up on it, because I think each different film we've been going through a different phase of our life, and it's been a great journey.
No, yeah, I think because all of our characters have evolved so differently. We've been finding sort of our places in that world, sort of getting comfortable, and also working with Paddington, and how he's evolved when he's been in London, and now he's back here, sort of in his roots, and it's quite warming to see him back where he wants to be, or where he is.
I wasn't in the first two, so it's been amazing to come into it and experience this kind of ready-made family and just sort of slot into it, and everybody's been so sweet and accepting, and I feel like I belong. It's just really sweet to sort of enter into this ready-made family and feel so embraced.
I think the relationship with Paddington is now fairly set fair, apart from there's a bit of a sense of, we've brought him home and this is where he belongs. On the one hand, he's become very urbanised. He's like a sort of, he's now definitely part of our family and is treated as such. But also there's an acknowledgement that he's come back to his roots. So that's what I think the story really looks at, that sort of tension between what is home and what is, well, what do you call home? How do you identify home?
Remember, never touch this plant.
What's it called?
The spiky red one.
My very good friend is Ben Whishaw, and I did Mary Poppins with him. We played brothers and sister in that film, and there are amazing actors here just doing the words, but I always imagine it's Ben, and that gives me a sort of warm feeling inside, so I feel like I can cling on to that when all else fails. Yeah, he's definitely there somewhere in my heart.
Well, when the real Paddington is not available and we have to do it in CG, in VFX, well, it starts here on set. We are shooting a lot and lots of references of how the fur reacts to the light, how the duffel coat, obviously the hat react.
I think this sort of primes the canvas, doesn't it? And then there's an army of people, all of them with many different roles, which engage in, firstly doing a thing called camera tracking, where they take the shots and they match move it so that we have a 3D camera that looks the same as the live action one. Then you have animators who bring the bear in with an armature, puppeteer him into life, and that's done very much in a traditional sense. It's similar to stop motion.
And actually the first step for the animation is done here on set. We have an actress called Lauren that is performing for Paddington, so that's a really useful reference for us to later on Pablo's animation team to animate Paddington.
Smooth, strong, easy on the eye, and that's just about it. Voila!
The fact that I have been doing movies for kids for a long time now, with all the Shrek and the Spy Kids and SpongeBob, it pays off with the years. I have many people now, some of them they are even movie critics, that they come to me and they say, oh my God, I remember the first time that I saw Spy Kids, I was 10 years old, or I was 8 years old. And now I'm writing for this magazine and I have to do a review of you. You are one of my heroes because you were the father in this movie, or you were this character, or Puss in Boots, or whatever, So it's very rewarding.
Coming from Spain, being here, I already knew what Paddington was, and coming here and seeing how big it is in London and in the UK, it feels right and excited, and it has been a really nice time here.
I think this is the most action-based Paddington we'll see, and I think that will definitely bring a lot of kids and their parents to their knees with excitement.
New characters, new
yes.
adventures, but you've still got the heart of the family, the heart of Paddington, and that's what keeps it exciting.
What is so special about Paddington is his goodness and his innocence, and everybody feels very protective about Paddington because he's almost like everybody's inner child, and everybody wants to protect Paddington because he is like their own best part of themselves.
I love that the film applies to all ages. It's not just something that's a great kids film, but there's so many across all generations. You'll have people say they love Paddington.
When Paddington looks up with his little eyes and says something kind and good, we all feel that's within us too, and so we're very protective of Paddington because he's the best part of us.